I'm Tigerhite, and I'm here to make WWE NXT and Pro Wrestling Majestic again. Now, this was the New Year's Evil show, and despite the main event being slightly changed, I thought they did really well with it, and the other matches made sense within the context of NXT. And I know I missed a week, but you know what? We had a family in town, it was the holidays, and pretty much all but one show was live, and I was not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do it for one show. First match, sort of disrespectful, but first match for the NXT Women's Champion, we have Lyra Valkyria and Blair Davenport. I don't know why I almost wanted to say something else, but I did. But this was a fun opener. Really good dynamics. It was very interesting. And the injury with the leg, I thought was actually done really well. It was a phantom driver for Lyra to win. And here's the thing. If you're going to have Lyra doing the spinning heel kick as a finisher, you've done it for a couple of months, okay, that's fine. But then they changed it during this match. Am I missing something? Am I drunk? I mean, no, for both of those, because this doesn't make any sense. Why did you change it to a random phantom driver? That's stupid. Just keep it as something. First it was the splash, then the spinning heel kick, then it was a splash again, and then the spinning heel kick, and now the phantom driver. The next thing is that she's going to do the goddamn attitude adjustment. So then after the match, Lola Vice tried to cash in her women's breakout tournament contract, because apparently that's how that's done now. I never thought that was a thing. Until Tatum Paxley came out, being hot and creepy at the same time. And then we had Elektra Lopez, and that was the end of the segment. Kind of weird. Kind of... I mean, it was a fun opener. Orange Cassidy, thumbs up. Our next match was our 6-person tag with no quarter catch group, which is Damon Kemp, Drew Gulak, and Miles Bourne. Charlie Dempsey was in All Japan, by the way, which is awesome for him, taking on Carlito and the LWO. 6-person tag, they promoted it before, but LWO did not have a partner technically until Carlito came out. And I like this match. There wasn't really a whole lot to say about it, other than it was a Phoenix Splash for the LWO to pick up the victory. Alright, I can dig. Nobody looked bad, and he gets an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. Our next match was Roxanne Perez taking on Ariana Grace. I like this match, but here's the thing that I liked about this, is that we saw a sort of aggression from Roxanne, to where Roxanne technically won with Pop Rocks, but she continued the attack to where Grace won technically because the ref reversed his decision. The aggression was something that Roxanne needed. Is this a tease for a heel turn? Maybe. But if it is, do a slow burn. I want to see more of this. It's giving Grace a good platform with a good wrestler, and if they're really wanting to put her on television, which is good, this is the perfect person to do it with. Hard to believe. That is Santino Marella's daughter. Just an FYI. So our next match is whoever loses essentially becomes the other person's bitch. Tiffany Stratton, Fallon Henley. This is not a good start for Tiffany Stratton, who I gave the most improved of the year to last year. She loses with some bullshit, and now she's Henley's bitch. Why? Shining Wizard, a fine match. For a Tiffany Stratton match, not a good start. Thumbs down. I don't like the premise. The match was kind of lazy, and that ending was a mess. Now, in the finals of the NXT Men's Breakout Tournament, we have Oba Femi and Riley Osborne. This was a fun match. They are putting so much into Oba, and I am for it. This guy has some sort of charisma, and I am digging it. That's something you can't teach, and he's just going to get better. He looks great in the ring. I love his moveset. The pop-up powerbomb, a little Kevin Owens-y, but you know what? We haven't seen really Kevin Owens do a whole lot of that recently, so I'm going to give it a pass. Maybe he can do something a little bit different. I don't know. But Papa Powerbomb, perfectly acceptable. Fun match. Oba is the men's breakout tournament winner. Kind of a shot in the dark, but I want to rock and roll on that because I like Oba. I said he's one of the most improved guys that I've seen within this entire tournament, and that's including Axel King. So, there you go. Or Lexus King. Axel? He kind of looks like Axl Rose. That's fine. But yeah, no, Oba was like one of the other guys were. I was super impressed here. So I'm going to give this a full thumbs up because both of these guys are great. I like both of them, but Oba was 100% the right call, right behind Lexus. Axel. So Ilya Dragunov could not defend the NXT Championship tonight. Is it kayfabe or real? I'm not sure. But this was your replacement. With Trick Williams and Grayson Waller, the winner gets that Iron Survivor opportunity because Carmelo Hayes basically coaxed Trick Williams into the match. And not only that, but Trick wanted Carmelo to stay in the back. And when Trick wanted to actually win this match, guess what? Carmelo came out distracting Trick. But while Grayson Waller was ready to hit that rolling stunner, Kevin Owens came in, hit Grayson, threw him back in the ring. It was the pump the flash knee for Trick to win. People lost their minds, everybody was into it, and given the circumstances of them having to change the literal main event for the main championship, I think this was perfectly acceptable. And I'm going to give it a full thumbs up. Now, here's the other thing that I will say I would have changed overall. I would have put, within this context, the NXT Women's Champion as the main event. Because this was out of nowhere, it would have gotten people into the show, maybe even penultimate. But because it was the main event change, I think the change should not be the main event, personally. But there you go. But that was NXT. A fine show overall. Let me know what you thought about not only my review, but also NXT in the comments down below or right over here next to me. Subscribe to the channel, become a patron, get hats, and all that great shit will be in the description or in my bio. And as always, be majestic. Oh, by the way, one of my updates for the show did come in the mail today, but it came in really late, and I didn't want to do it now. So, be a lookout either for that tomorrow or next week on Monday. So, there you go.